Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Want to thank you so much for joining me this evening. Let me take off um, my glasses. Let me take off my shades. Let me put on this one here. Good evening. Hey, I'm cool, man. I'm cool in the Malibu. Can't complain. You know, looking sharp. But I feel sharp actually. Someone said I look sharp. I feel sharp actually. You know. One of the things that I like to do on a Saturday, on a weekend, or mostly every day, is to take a walk out in the park, briskly enjoy the coolness, enjoy. A dog was rushing me this morning, very strangely, and the owner couldn't control the dog. I don't know why they don't, why they have the dogs like that. But sometimes a dog find it fascinating when you have your selfie stick with you. They think that you are going to throw your stick, but I can't throw my stick at the dog. You know what I'm saying? With my phone. So sometimes the dogs don't understand. But sometimes, lo and behold, the poor people don't know how to control their dogs. And I've had that situation once where I had to leave a particular park because of how the dog was operating. And few persons said about that. And so that is very not nice, really. But I tend to enjoy the park as much as possible. And I like to enjoy the aroma of the day. And by virtue of such, it makes me feel sharp. And sometimes I have a late dinner, but today I had an early dinner as well, in a way. So I'm ready for the day, ready for the next hour or so, hour and a half. Because the topic that I have tonight, nature is healing. The topic I have tonight is why is there the need for integrity of code of conduct for leaders? Why is there a need for integrity of code of conduct for leaders? Right? And with the recent election, which was called by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, through one of his henchmen, um, I think it's an opportune time. Hmm. you know, I think it's an opportune time for us to talk about it, and I look at to the UK as well. I don't know if you can come into the States, but I think now is an opportune time to actually zero in, to really zero in on this. Because, when we think about it, and when we think about that, and I always say this, that whenever an election is called, and I'm going to use the perfect example, as sometimes they say the perfect person. Whenever an election is called, and I want to thank those on Instagram, those on TikTok, those on YouTube, and those on Facebook for coming. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And remember to like and share. Remember to tell someone about, as a matter of fact, tell everyone about this program. Tell everyone, because I'm going to go through a series and I'm going to talk to different persons about accountability of leaders. This is not about politics. This is about leadership. It's not about politics. It's not about back and forth in politics. It's about leadership. And when persons come to you, as this election is called, you're going to have counselors, because it's a local government election. Counselors are going to be coming to you, and counselors are going to say to you, I am the man, I'm the woman, I'm the one that you should vote for. Yes, I'm the one with the master plan. I'm with JLP. I'm with PNP. I'm with UIC. I'm with another independent. I am the man that you should vote for. I am the woman that you should vote for. That's what people are going to be saying. That's what they're going to be saying. But how will you be able to hold them accountable? Right? Are they going to be accountable to you? Are they going to be accountable to the prime minister? Or are they going to be accountable to the party? Who should it be? Who will they be accountable to? You know, that's a big question. Who will they be accountable to? Should they be accountable to the people, or should they be accountable to the party? What do you say? Should they be accountable to you, the person, the people, the one who voted them in, or should they be accountable to the party? And that's a big question. But really and truly, whenever persons come and they knock on the door, one should actually start to challenge them. Yeah, one should start to challenge them and to say to them, come here for a second. Will you sign up to the Nolan principles? Will you sign up to the code of conduct? Will you sign up to the 7 principles of a code of conduct? Let's not get into politics. And I'm going to break them down a bit later. And you can also break it down with me as well, and your views about it as well. You know, what? You know, who am I? You got to ask yourself a question. Are you a squatter? Are you a landlord? Are you the boss? Are you the servant? So as far as I'm concerned, and I hope that this resonates very much as possible into people who actually put politicians in power. You know, cool ways. And someone just said, I don't think they will entertain this as it would expose most of them. Well, it's time for exposure. It's a new day, it's a new paradigm, it's a new shift. And I believe that persons, without a shadow of a doubt, should start to take and to hold the persons accountable. Let there be a high level of transparency. Let there be a high level of objectivity. Let there be a high level of collectivity or collective, or should I say, responsibility on persons who actually say that they are going to be rooting for you and running for you and representing and to be your voice. Remember to like and share. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And today is the 3rd of the 2nd, 2024. I'm not sure actually there's going to be any guests, but we're going to just go for it today and we go through it because I'm not sure there's going to be any guests. But anyone who want to come in as well, as I said, religiously every Saturday night here, talk and sip, the rum bar concept. Let's have a conversation. Now, what are you drinking? What are you drinking today? Let me see. What are you drinking? What are you drinking today? I'm going to have, yes, I'm going to have a small glass of Merlot. Yeah, turkey never vote for Christmas. I'm going to have a small glass of Merlot. Yeah. Just a small glass in a big glass. A small sip in a big glass. What are you going to be having? What are you having? Cheers. Cheers. What are you having? What are you having over there? There we are. Talking Sips Saturday night. Special. Special for you. And of course, never forget the sparkling water. As they call it. They call it Crystal Punch. You know, one of the things when you go to Jamaica, you know, and you go to a restaurant or maybe even the hotels or what, the water tastes so nice. The water tastes so nice. Like the water is coming straight from the hills of the maroon, the cockpit country, and it's awesome. You know, that's where the water is coming from. Serenity, drinking Crystal Punch. You're drinking Crystal Punch, exactly. I'm having some Crystal Punch as well. There it is, Crystal Punch, especially. And that's awesome. That's awesome. I've you know I found out that I was thinking about America the other day, and I was thinking that the killing of recent Americans. I was saying it's a bit strange that America hasn't retaliated, but they have now retaliated, and they're saying, you know, you don't touch us. You know what I'm saying? So so that's going on there. So I'm not going to say it's good that they have retaliated, but it's unfortunate that America has reached to the point now whereby so many things are happening and they're looking very weak. But at the same time, well, they shouldn't be that strong where they're deemed to be the world policeman, isn't it? Should America be the world policeman? I don't know. Let's like and share. America, the world policeman. You know, um, that's awesome. Okay, so at least I have Hale Mecca Kujo. He's going to be joining. He's an independent candidate. He's going to be joining in at 5:45 p.m. Jamaica time as well. Now, let's talk about the what's that? Charge. Oh, I need to charge my battery pack. Just bear with me for a second. Charging my battery pack. Charging. Okay. I don't know why it's saying I must charge it, but wait me a second while I charge something. Give me 2 minutes because I don't want this thing to shut down on me. So let me just do this. Where is it? Da, da, da. 1 second. Okay, good. Yeah, I was getting a signal saying that my my Wi-Fi, my thing. Self Fitness, good man. How are you doing? Right. The USA, they said the USA is more like mafia. USA is more like mafia. Is the USA more like mafia? I don't know. Um, Serenity Resource Connector. Blessings, blessings. Peace out, peace out. Thank you for joining. Are you guys ready for the local government election in Jamaica? Are we ready for the local government election in Jamaica? Who is ready for that? Um, I've been waiting for that for a while, and now it's here. And one of the interesting thing about it, and someone said it to me, is that with they said someone said to me this. Hey, Halvin, how are you? Someone said to me this, and I don't know. Did you know that pubs or publicans were created to keep people distracted and drunk? I don't know. Somebody have to, keep them distracted. So they fill them up and let them drinking and having a good time while distractions were done and government did these things. I don't know. Anybody can shed a light to that. That's what somebody said to me. But I try not to just take what anyone say and just promote it. But am I promoting it? Maybe I'm promoting it actually. Yeah. Somebody say USA is a 22nd in the world corruption rating. Where's Jamaica? Go and find out where's Jamaica in the world corruption rating, because they said there are MPs or there are persons who are being investigated for illicit enrichment, and that's what I'm going to talk about. That is why I said it's very important for council candidates, local government candidates, to sign up to the Nolan Principles, to sign up to the 6th Code of Conduct, which is very important. But before I go any further, there's something I just need to say. I need to say this. I need to say this for persons who don't know. But Alan Magnus, where is he? He's not coming up. Alan Magnus, veteran broadcaster, Alan Magnus has died. Alan Magnus is that morning voice we grew up in Jamaica as a child. A veteran broadcaster, Alan Magnus has died. He was a great guy. Doreen Samuel was a person who used to, do the program with him many years ago. She passed on, and Alan Magnus has passed away finally. I think he was up there in his age. Maybe he wasn't that well, but nevertheless, still, may he rest in peace, veteran broadcaster Alan Magnus. The guy with the morning voice, the one that, very, very good guy. I know his sister, but Alan Magnus, may he rest in peace. And for all those Jamaicans who know of Alan Magnus, who know of the morning ride, who know of these programs, we wish condolences to his family and his friends and to the media fraternity in Jamaica as well. Alan Magnus, may he rest in peace. Okay? Right. So, yeah, I just want to get that one. Cool Breeze, bread and circus was the Roman way to get them drunk. Build stadium to distract them real life. Yes, a lot of distractions. Very nice man. I saw a couple um, campaigns going on in Jamaica, JLP and PNP. And one thing about it, it is noise. It's noise. I don't know. It's lots of noise. And I wonder if people are get the dose of policies. I'm just saying. I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm not there. Maybe they put them to a side and they start to talk to them about policies and discussions as to what the council candidates can do within the area or so. I don't know. What do you think? But what I'm hearing is a lot of noise, a lot of excitement, and on blowing and I can never understand when you have these party meetings and you hear this thing that make a lot of noise. Oh, it makes a lot of noise. How can you actually hear the speaker? How can you hear the speaker? I believe that the time has come now for people to demand soundness, soundness in policies, soundness as to what party is going to offer. You know, you know, what is it that they're going to offer? Soundness. Foundation, substance, not noise. But hey, maybe within the noise, there's policies coming through in certain ways from the green aspect, from the orange aspect, and I'm being very objective here as we see. But my philosophy and my view is this: that there need to be the time for Jamaica and Jamaicans to challenge all their candidates, whether parliamentary candidates or local government candidates, to be, what should I say, be accountable, to be transparent. And we are in the era now where there is the need for, there's a reform of the Constitution. And in the reform of the Constitution, there are key things that need to be in place. Key things that need to be in place, like a recall button. You press that record button, you bring them in, wind them up, wind them. I'm come back up and say, what are you doing? Andrew Stephen beat them. I won't beat them. Andrew Stephen beat them, But really and truly, the people need to take back the position they have. And I know sometimes people will say to me, it's a pipe dream and it won't happen. But I will say this to everyone: 400 years of the slavery movement. And I even juxtapose that with, well, the Jews wasn't as much as long as the transatlantic slavery. But if it's 400 years, I'm sure that there are many people who actually believe that is how their life is. They grew up in it, they died in it. They saw their parents in it, their grandparents in it, and they all believe that was the way how it is should be. I am a slave. I'm not a free man. I'm a part human as far as I'm concerned. That was the thinking. So many people died believing that that was how it was, until someone had a dream, until someone came to the realization, and then they realized that no, this shouldn't be. This shouldn't be. And they start to read the likes of Harriet Tubman and many more. They start to recognize that no, this not should be the way. And they said, I'll die as a freedom fighter. And they start the process, and they start the ball rolling, in the sense of what many were thinking as a pipe dream. It finally became a reality. It became a reality. Let me see what someone is saying. I think we shouldn't vote for the front runner. The ones who get funded the most are the worst. Nothing but hot hair from all of them because they will deliver none or nothing. It's all fixed. One is saying that the election is fixed there in Jamaica or so. But I don't know what you think, but you do let me know and let me hear your views. And as I said, the opportunities here for persons to come in. I'm hoping to get a couple maybe independent council candidates later tonight, and to rock the boat and to have this discussion, which is you see, Discussion like these in Jamaica don't take place often because people don't want to rock the boat. Yeah, people don't want to rock the boat. People don't want to. Let me put this one in. People don't want to create a rumpus. People don't want to be singled out. People don't want to be pointed out. So what I understand is that many people are afraid to speak up, to share their views. You know, and one of the views which keeps coming a lot of time is that even the prime minister and his wife is the speaker of the house, and the prime minister is the prime minister. She's in a position which is legitimate and legal, right? But it doesn't look good to many people, and many people won't say it because they say it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right, but nobody would want to say it, you know. And these are the sort of things. Up with the is consent. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up as much as possible. But try to use phone, please. Turn your phone into landscape. Yeah, this is. I put the link up there for anyone want to come in. Um, let's look at the whole aspect of code of conduct. They said there the Committee on Standards in Public Life. There are 7 principles, and this is not just only for Jamaica. This is also for the UK. 7 principles. And I believe everything's tend to emanate a lot from the UK. They said the code of conduct for MPs, this is from the UK and the government side, sets out the standards of behavior expected of members of parliament as they carry out their work. The code also contains the rules concerning the additional income, gifts, and personal interest that must be declared by MPs and published in the register of members' interests. I believe this may be and should be the same thing for Jamaica as well. I believe it should be the same thing for council candidates. You know, I stood once for an office in Jamaica once, in the UK once, and the office was in the diaspora, in the diaspora system, and I stood for it, and I had to stand up to the 7 Northern Principles. And lo and behold, I find it very strange that MPs in Jamaica, I believe on the government side, are not signing up to the integrity of code. I believe a lot from the opposition side have done it. Yeah. Cool Breeze said all inquiries get scuppered and covered up just like Hillsborough disaster and all the others too. That's for the UK. What do you think? Tell me, what do you think? Do you think every single council candidate should be signing up to this code of conduct? What are these code of conduct? Let's zero in on to the code of conduct and let's discuss them one by one. Because this is not something just for the UK. This is also something for Jamaica as well. And the Integrity Commission code of conduct. Well, actually, I'm looking at the UK version right here. You know, the there it is, decision makers, decision recommendation. The 7 and it's actually the same thing. The 7 committee for the UK, the 7 committee on standards in public life, 7 principles as amended. First one is selflessness. All right. As a matter of fact, what I'll do, I'll make it easy. I'll make it easy. I'll put it up here. I'll put it right here so it can be seen. Let's have some fun here. You know, the first one is selflessness. There we are. Are we together? Are we together with this? Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Selflessness. Selflessness. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of the public interest. That's what it says. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of the public interest. So what one wants to do is actually challenge every single council candidate. I'm in the diaspora. Yeah. You still doing shows? Brethren, I'm doing shows from my bond, man. From 2015, I've been doing shows. Somebody just asked me, I've been doing shows. I've been consistent, persistent. Every week, I'm doing a show. Even when COVID was going on, I still do a show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know if I'm doing a show, follow me. Follow. Silburn TV. There's one thing people will always say about me is that I'm a very consistent person, very persistent, and maintain that. And I think it's very important for people. Now, whatever you do, never watch a crowd, no watch nobody, but you just be persistent in what you believe. And if nobody knows, I feel in business that. All right. Selflessness. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of the public interest. Right? In terms of the public interest. So you get them to sign up to that. Get your council candidate when you knock on the door, wherever you are, to sign up to that. And the next one is integrity of public office. Integrity. I heard the Prime Minister said recently at the launch of the campaign, and he used a line from Michelle Obama. He said that when they go low, we go high. Yeah, when they go low, we go high. And number two, let me see if number two here. I put it number two. Number two is integrity of public office. And I'm going to read this up because it's a bit very long, so I couldn't put all of that up there. Integrity of public office must avoid placing themselves under any obligation to people or organization that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work. They should not act or take decisions in order to gain financial or other material benefit for themselves, their family, or their friends. They must declare and resolve any interests and relationships. Integrity holders, integrity, and people must call, listen, even in your workplace, there's this thing called integrity. Integrity guides you and guards you along the way. Sometimes you might do something wrong, you genuinely can do something wrong. But if you have the integrity and your heart is in the right place, integrity will guard you and guide you. Holders of public office must avoid placing themselves under any obligation to people or organization that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work. Right? They don't, there's a fail up now. They should act or take decisions in order to gain financial or other material benefit for themselves, their family, or their friends. They must declare and resolve any interest and relationships. Do they have any morals? Well, this is where this comes in. When it comes on to morals now, whether they have it or not, it is now for the people to hold them accountable. It is for when they actually slip and they slide, they go out. But of course, there's not something in the system or in the constitution that remove them. But I know for the UK, if certain things happen, they'll be taken out. Not taken out, but they'll be removed. So integrity is a key thing. Do you agree with that? If you agree with that, say yes. Integrity is a key thing that will guard and protect. And actually, what it will do, it will protect persons as well. It will protect persons. Because what you're doing, you're putting yourself up there, you're putting your hands in the air and say, here I am for the people, I'm representing the people, I'm the man, I'm the woman, and therefore you're actually saying that I want to be transparent, I want to be accountable, and I think it is right. I think it's appropriate. I think something like this is appropriate, and I don't understand why anyone shouldn't want to be selflessness and to sign up to that, to have integrity and to sign up to that, and it beggars believe that the the governing party in Jamaica at present have not signed up to it at present, which is very unfortunate. I can't say of all the opposition persons have signed up to it, but what I'm saying actually now is for the for people who are in a position to vote for your next council candidate in the local government election, which is going to be on February 26th in Jamaica. When they come to you, when they knock on the door, when the noise is making and they're passing through and they're blowing noise, you call them aside. Call them aside and said, will you sign up, or are you agreeing to these principles? Will you be selflessness? Will you have integrity? And three, the third one is objectivity. Objectivity. What's cool with, they'll just replace them with another house living talking head promising the world. Then, well, if that's the case, then we just keep the people just keep moving them out. Just keeping them moving them out and out. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you're drinking. This is Saturday night, talking sip, and we're having a cool breeze discussion on why integrity code of conduct for leaders, why it should be, and why, and what do you think? Do you think it should? Those on Instagram, those on Facebook, those on TikTok, do you think it is important for leaders, for persons who are vying for office, to actually sign up to the code of conduct, to say that they're going to be selfless, they're going to have integrity, and there's going to be objectivity, which is the third one. Holders of public office must act and take decisions impartially, fairly, and on merit, using the best evidence and without discrimination or bias. You think they should? I think they should, and I think lots of people think they should as well. And but the onus is going to be upon the people to make that happen. Yes, it's going to be on you, the people, to make that happen. And I believe that persons in the diaspora play a key role in this whole process. People in the diaspora can encourage their family members to challenge the leaders. And what I think you're doing, and what I think people are doing, you're actually helping them, because sometimes these people don't know. And would there be what should I say? Would they cross the line with their political masters when a public citizen said, "Listen, I'm not going to vote for you till I see some document to show that you have signed up to the 7 code of conduct"? What if that happens? Yeah. What if that happens and people start to say, after they hear this show and after you share this show and you tell your family members and you say to them, get those guys to sign up. Get them to sign up to the 7 code of conduct. And as we say, and this one which you're talking about, objectivity. And I read it again. And I try to make it very easy and make it very simple so people can actually dissect it. One of the things that I'm doing with these shows is to, as much as possible, to make it educational. Trying to move away from the hype and the excitement and for it to be educational. Someone said, the ones who don't sign up are on the take. All credibility has been lost when leaders support genocide. What hope do we have? And that's another bit there. Objectivity. Holders of public, and I'm reading it over again. Holders of public office must act and take decisions impartially, fairly, and on merit, using the best evidence and without discrimination or bias. And what I'm saying here actually is this. All, and I say all candidates, all who vie to be a candidate in the upcoming election in Jamaica, people should hold them accountable. People should say to them, will you sign up? Will you agree? And it's up to the people to do that, right? It's up to the people to do that, right? It's up to you, because if anything, Douglas Nama supper. And if we go to 4, we said accountability. And accountability is very crucial. Accountability, and this is, as I said, what I'm reading here now is what is in Jamaica in the Integrity Code of Conduct from the Integrity Commission. And it is the same thing which is in the books in the UK, where all MPs have to sign up to. Persons in professional life. This is not something only for politicians. Yeah. 4, accountability. Holders of public office are accountable to the public for their decisions and actions, and must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure this. Accountability, and I read it again, make it very simple. Holders of public office are accountable. So when you're in a public office, who are you accountable to? It says you're accountable to the public, right? You're accountable to the public for your decision, your action, and must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure this. But then people are going to say, who are the persons going to be scrutinizing them? Will it be the same people that is going to scrutinize them, that appoint them? I mean, I'm talking like within a party circuit, or will within the body of the constituents or the wards, will they have certain a system and infrastructure in place to scrutinize them? Yeah. Someone said no financial link should be allowed in the parliament of we the people. Corruption brings evil. Yeah. No financial links. I sometimes find it very interesting whereby public officials are handed money, but I don't know. I'm going to have a discussion with someone very soon to talk about that. Whenever, like they say, we allocate 150 million to MPs or 20 million to MPs or so, I'm going to have a discussion as to what really happens. Because I know in the UK, MPs are not allocated any money. The constituency may, and that operates through the system. Because, when you have the census, which I always say people should do their census, because it gives you an idea, gives you a breakdown of what the area is like, and then central office or central government will allocate funds accordingly to the need based on the census. Local authorities, like in the UK, what they do, they have bring my mic closer. Local authorities in the UK, what they do, they have council tax, and the council tax come directly from persons, and also they'll get money from central office as well to try to sort out issues that they have there within the locality. But I'm always finding it very interesting as to when 150 million is given to MPs. And I'm speaking up for Jamaica as well. Somebody sometime will say to me, and they try to compare about the UK and all those sort of things. And I said, listen, man, we're not talking about there. We're talking about Jamaica, right? Jamaica, yeah, straight out of Ochi, So 4, accountability. Holders of public office are accountable to the public for their decisions, and action must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure that. Read this out to your prospective council candidate and say to them, will you honor this, and challenge them? You need to challenge them. And people sometimes get scared of these things, but if everybody decide to challenge your public officer, everyone decide to challenge the candidates, prospective parliamentary candidates, challenge prospective local government candidates, then all that will happen is that they'll have to comply. And who knows, maybe one side will say, we'll comply, and then the other side is going to say, shucks, we'll have to comply then, because it seems like they're complying, if anything. When you dig, you would not believe how they trip, rip, and rub, and then give you the bill. Okay. Openness. That's the next one. Openness. Right? Public officials should be very open. It's not secret. I hear about so many secret things which are happening, so many secret things. I don't know. I'm not going to speak into it, but sometimes I have secrets between this, hiding it from the public. Six persons being investigated for illicit enrichment. Big secret. Secret, secret, secret. Secret. Why is it secret from the people? Once you're in public office and in public life, you are accountable to the public. First, of course, there's a structure and a system, but you must be accountable, right? Holders of public office should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Information should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reasons to. Right? Openness. Holders of public office, and I repeat, should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reasons for it to be withheld. Now, that's a very interesting one there, because many people say that the reason why certain things are in secret or certain things are held back is because that one doesn't want to incriminate themselves. A man is innocent until proven guilty. As a matter of fact, I was talking to some people online about the whole thing with the Mr. Silvera and the killing of his wife, as who is killing his wife, and they talk about the children, and everybody's saying that he's guilty. I him do it, I him do it, and I kept saying, everybody who says that he is the person that did it, they need to go and write a letter or write a confession statement or write a witness statement to the public defender, the director of public prosecution, because that means to say they were there and that they know. But there's a simple maxim in law that you're all innocent until proven guilty. All innocent until proven guilty. And I understand that the children are being looked at, which is fair, but still that the man, I would say, still have a responsibility to his children still. So openness of public office should act and take decisions, in an open and transparent manner. Information should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reasons to. How are you, boss? You can hear me? Hill. Mikhail. Can you hear me? I was trying to get Hale Mikhail on. We're gonna try to get him back. But anyway, 5, openness. Julian Assange told us true that they put him in jail. Assange has always been innocent, but they still lock him up. Deception and corruption still in place. Yeah, that's a very interesting one there with Julian Assange.
Yeah, in respect of your,
yes, boss. What I say?
yes,
Good
the
evening.
integrity of every candidate must be upheld.
So you
So
say
if there's a statement to be signed,
yes.
yes, we sign it, but not just sign, but also make sure we live up to that signature, to the statement
So
itself. There is a
so
group
so what?
called Citizens for Free and Fair Elections. They monitor things on election day. I think they should also extend to monitor the campaign itself to make sure that that which the candidates signed for is actually being manifested by them.
Yes.
So that would aid the process, I'm sure.
So hi. Well, Hale, Mikhail, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm
How
giving
is you?
thanks.
And yourself running as a independent candidate, you will be signing up to all of these things, yeah?
Yes,
So
yes. I'm preparing for the White House division in Westmoreland Eastern. And this would make it the third time since 2012 I'm standing as an independent candidate in the local government elections. And
Mm,
also, I was twice in the general election, 2016 and 2020. So we are making sure our voice is heard because what we see happening on the ground is the same old, same old. And we, with our ability, see it fit to get involved in the process because we can only do better, not worse.
yes. So when you say underground, what do you mean like underground? Huh? Like when you say underground, what do you mean like underground? What is? Can
See
you hear
that?
me? I don't. No, you said it's the same thing on the ground. On the ground is the same thing. Same old, same old. What is that? What difference can you make?
What has happened now, Silburn?
Yes.
Silburn, what has happened now is that I'm going into an area of Portland and the hills where the signal is fluctuating. So maybe it's best I get back to you after
Okay.
6 p.m. After
Okay.
6:30 p.m. All right?
All right. Cool. Cool, man.
It's
All right.
probably better we do that because the signal
But
is going, coming and going now.
yeah, so now at
All
least you're in Portland. Yeah.
right,
Respect.
later.
Respect. 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 Okay. So that's Hail Mikhail El Kuja, ladies and gentlemen. He's standing in the as an independent candidate, and he just came on just to show his solidarity to say that he's also going to be um, signing up to any accountability or any campaign or whatever will be in place. Our MPs, someone said our MPs should be on a 6 month probation. You know, 6 month. Sorry, yeah, on a 6 month probation. And when the truth is sold as a lie, and I lie the truth, it matches the scriptures. Yeah. So okay, so we went from five. Let's wrap up with this one five, and then we go on to honesty. Holders of public office should be truthful. Honesty, honesty. Holders of public office should be truthful. Right. I'm sure that everybody is happy to sign up to that. Wouldn't you sign up to that? Wouldn't everybody sign up to that? Um, Holders of public office should be truthful. And the public office is not talking about just persons who are elected. It is talking generally about anyone who is in a public office, you know, who is representing and is in a position of trust. They should be truthful. Will they sign up to this? Will every single candidate sign up to this? And if they don't sign up to this, what it is, what should happen? I think what should happen is that you don't vote for them. If anything, let's make this a momentum. Let's and I'm sure that the different groups in Jamaica will also be doing the same thing. Advocacy Network, JAMP, um, National Integrity in Action as well in AI. Let them all follow through with this. And then if we go to the final one now, the final one is about leadership. Leadership. I want to hold that point, Julie. Let me just put a pin to this one. Signal is fluctuating here in the hills of Portland, just above Portland, no problem. Leadership. Holders of public office should exhibit these principles in their own behavior. They should actively promote and robustly support the principles and be willing to challenge, and I think I missed that bit there, to challenge poor behavior wherever it occurs. So what is it saying? Holders of public office should exhibit these principles in their own behavior. They should actively promote and robustly support the principles and be willing to challenge poor behavior wherever it occurs. Right? Wherever it occurs, leadership. So therefore, what we're saying, what we're saying then tonight and on the show is that the leadership, everyone who's actually wanting to be a council candidate, a local government, one, they should have selflessness. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of the public interest. Yes. And secondly, they should be integrity. Holders of public office must avoid placing themselves um, under any obligation to people or organizations that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work. They should not act or take decisions in order to gain financial or other material benefit for themselves, their family, or their friends. They must declare and resolve any interests, right? And then you got three, objectivity. Holders of public office must act and take decisions impartially, fairly, and on merit, using the best evidence and without discrimination or bias. Get them to sign up to this. Accountability. Holders of public office are accountable to the public for their decisions and actions and must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure this. Holders of public office. Five, openness. And this is really powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone should be open. No secret around here. The public needs, and this is for the UK as well, and it's for Canada, for USA, and even for the diaspora initiative, which is happening as well, openness. Holders of public offices should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Information should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reasons for it to be done. You know, I believe most go into these quantities, but the system corrupts them. I must say that I've heard that before, and I must say I tend to somewhat agree, maybe even reluctantly, when they say that many go into politics or into office with great qualities, but somehow the system corrupts them. I believe when they go inside and they realize that certain things can't happen, and they just you know go with the flow. Apparently, that could be so. You know, um, these groups are all NGO paid, controlled, opposition guide the narrative, so their man gets in. And when they say these groups are all NGO paid, control opposition, which groups are you talking about? Is it what I mentioned earlier? I know. Respond to that, Cool Breeze. Five, openness. Holders of public office should act and take decision in an open and transparent manner. Information should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reasons to. And one would love to dissect the whole bit with the illicit enrichment and for those who are being investigated for corruption. Because illicit enrichment is corruption. The prime minister, what he said is that no one in his party, or I think he was saying that no one is saying that it's them, but he said at the same time it could be a lie or whatever like that. Well, none of them are saying so. So we don't know who knows, but of course um, the integrity commission, they knows about this as well. Remember when Bush lost to Gore, but he still became the president. Bush lost to Gore. How did he lose to Gore? Or is it this whole electoral college? This electoral college is a flaky thing. Maybe that's in the case in America. Don't know about that. Honesty. Holders of public office should be truthful. Should be truthful. Should not tell lie. Nobody mustn't tell a lie. That's something one also to think about. No lies. And finally, 7, leadership holders, right, of public office should exhibit these principles in their own behavior. They should actively promote and robustly support the principles and be willing to challenge poor, and I'm gonna get the right word here, which is which I lost here. Challenge poor behavior where it occurs. Leadership holders. All expenses paid holidays by donors should be banned. You see, one of the things that I believe very strongly, this is just me, I believe that there should be in government, and I don't believe it is for a new government to do it. Like to say, for instance, if the JLP wins, if the JLP lose and the PNP win, like in a general election, that there should be an audit. I think there should be a forensic audit, maybe every year or every 2 years or so, of the various ministries. Um, when they talk about they get loan from this country or whatever like that, to follow the money to see how the money actually spent. I believe there should be some serious forensic audit when ministers travel and all those sort of things. There should be a clear forensic audit of all of that. I don't know what people think about that, but I strongly believe that. Yeah, and so therefore, I believe very strongly that coming up to this election, I believe the election is a great election, and I believe that it's an opportune time. Um, it should set the stage, and I believe that Jamaicans should find it an opportunity, and a very good opportunity, in a way, to somehow um, see their people in power, and to somehow believe that there's going to be a high level of accountability. Because if the high level of accountability is not there, then it's going to be like the apathy. What you don't want is an apathy that comes out whereby people start to feel like it doesn't make sense that they, you know, follow through with an election, that they run an election, that they actually vote. Because if they believe that nothing is going to change and nobody's going to get arrested for certain things, then they're not going to do it. And the last election, I believe, which was the general election, the turnout was, I believe, 37%. 37% of persons who could vote voted. 37%. And the amount of people that won, that voted for the JLP, were about 400 and something thousand. And the amount of people that voted for the PNP, I think, was 300 or something like that. 400, it could be 500 or 400. But anyway, it wasn't that major big difference. And the majority of people who did not vote, the people who did not vote was more, in a sense. Because if I can recall, 1.9 million people were on the electoral list. And I believe that of that amount, I think around 700 or 800,000 voted. And that's why they said 37% of people voted in the election. And what you do not want is another set of apathy whereby people don't feel that they should vote or they should take part in the process. Because if they don't take part in the process is still going to take place. Things are still going to happen. Things are going to still go on. And then people are going to complain again to say that it is not for them. It doesn't work for them. Well, it doesn't work for them. It doesn't work for you because guess what? You have taken your hands off the whole thing. You have taken your eyes off the ball. And you have let the political leaders run amok, go crazy with the whole process because you have not actually put your foot down. Yeah. Let's hope so, but the voting process needs massive scrutiny. It's very clear. Uh, you know, I don't have, I can't speak in regards to the voting process to see if there's any issues there of any scam or whatever regarding voting. I see what you mentioned about biometric voting as its own moral questions. Cool Breeze will have to pick up that on some other time. I haven't done much research on that particular area. But what I don't get, what I'm not getting is that there's any sort of corruption or any fake voting in the elections in Jamaica. What is needed is for the accountability of the leadership in Jamaica, the transparency, the openness, the selflessness, the objectivity, and for key leadership. And so therefore, the onus is going to be massively upon the people of Jamaica this time. And I believe it will be what we would say, should I say, it will be more like a litmus test. It will be more like setting the stage. Yeah. It will be like setting the stage for the big one. Because I kid you not, I kid you not, and you can say this, that whenever this election finishes, if it is in the favor of the incumbent, which is the Labour Party, more than likely you're going to be seeing the call for a general election very soon. Because the general election is due, I believe, officially in 2025. If the election is poor, then I believe they're going to need some time to make amends and to listen to what the people are saying. Because I always say that what the people are saying, somebody got to listen. And that's why I always believe that it's always good to always have an election and to have the election spaced out like a local government election. Because what it does, it gives the incumbent some time. It gives the opposition some time to recognize and to read what the people are saying and try to engage with the people as much as possible. Right? They just cut my sound. You must be close to the bone. They just cut my sound, Silvern. You must be close to the bone. Well, you can't hear. I can't hear. Oh. Oh, wow. I can't hear. Let me see if I can hear. Let me see if I can hear. 1 second. Can you hear now? Okay. No, it's my mic. it was my mic. It's yeah. I think when I was walking this morning in the park, it's I had a field day, so it wasn't charged, so that's my mic. So yeah, thanks for saying it. You know the funny thing, I've had shows before in the past whereby um I'm there talking and going on, and nobody tell me that the mic wasn't working. When I go back to backside, not a sound, you know. So yeah, so the mic is only to capture the sound a bit better, but it's there. But hey, anybody want to come in and to share your views, please feel free. You can come in on TikTok. I have no problem with that. And anyone want to come in also on if you want YouTube, if you want to come on as well, I send the link. You can as well, because really and truly, as I said, there was no guest tonight, but I just wanted to get this clear message through, clear message through, something to help, to empower, and to educate people when it comes on to elections and what you can do, because democracy doesn't stop after an election, right? Or democracy doesn't stop, at a different point. It's a process. And as my discussion with Professor Rosalie Thompson, we discuss all the different aspects of democracy, how democracy works as well, and that people have your voice is crucial, your voice is important, and we keep saying people are not what should I say, squatters. People are actually owners. People are actually the boss. Government and candidates, they're all servants. They are looking at job, ladies and gentlemen. They are looking at job. They are going to be paid. So therefore, if they're looking for a job, they're going to you for an interview. Even though the government or the different party structures have all these persons in place as their candidate, yes, they have all these people in place as their candidate, but the people have to come to you. You are the one who's going to have to interview them. I wonder if people are telling Jamaicans about this. Share this video. Never give up. Never give up. You have the power. I've got the power. Actually, I've been listening to another one by Snap to talk about dancing is a rhythm or something like that. There's another song of Snap. So that's very important. That's very important. I'm not going to say long tonight. I'm not going to say long because I know I said Hale to come back later, but I really want this. Rhythm is a dancer. Rhythm is a dancer. I can't. Of course, I can't play that on this one because if I play it on this, I'll get copyright strike. That music which I start my show with a lot of time with the start of the music. Apart that sorry, that music is a trap music, which all of a sudden I'm getting copyright issues on it, on that music. Not I've got a power, but the one that I start my show with normally. So I got to be going in and editing it. Unfortunately, they are at the start of the show and they're at the end of the show. The start of the show and at the end of the show. So and so it's a bit annoying because every minute I'm keep getting something saying, "Oh, copyright!" Like they're now claiming copyright because apparently it's getting views and some copyright issues are going through. So watch yourself whenever you use these things, because I believe with TikTok now you can't get some of the songs that you used to have because I think UMG or one of those places that has taken them off. So people cannot get some of the songs that they used to use on TikTok because they have sort of taken off a lot of them, like Jay-Z, Nicki Minaj, and all these different places. So everything, so you got to go original. You got to go original. You got to do a beatbox. You got to do beatbox like me, just do your own rapping up. All the people in the place to be. My name is Sid. When you listen to me on the microphone, stand, wrap up on the mic. I'm the Dan. You talk about the way for the next election. You talk about objectivity, integrity, selflessness, openness, and all those sort of things. So you gotta go original. You know what I'm trying to say? And then by going original, they can't copyright you. Because that's my tune. I just made the tune a while ago. And hit the beat. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm gonna go tonight. But next week on the 11th, of Sunday, the 11th. Oh, is it? Yes, the 11th of February. I'll have Jeanette Calder. She is the director for JAMP. She's going to be coming on, and we're going to talk about how and ways how persons can monitor their members of parliament and the work that they have done, and how you can actually thank them or you can actually give them a headache, if anything, challenge them at the same time. So that's on the 11th. And then on the 27th, I'll have, on the 25th, I'll have Daniel Archer from NIA, National Integrity Action. So Daniel Archer is going to be there, and that's going to be talking about what people can do, and he's going to be talking about some of the ways you can actually advocate, as much as possible. Yeah. I realized earlier that I'm using the same one that you're using now to avoid that. Serenity, what is it that you're using that I'm using? Is it the same background music? Which one? Are you talking the background music which I started the show with? The background music which I started the show is not that. That's if you're talking this music here. Let me see. Not this music. These music are with StreamYard, so that's no problem. But it's the music that I use for my opening. I have an opening for my show, which I won't do because when I do it, it's my own graphics and artistic thing. The StreamYard is okay. You have no problem with the StreamYard. The StreamYard is perfect. You can use it all the while. I won't get copyright on that. But it is the one that I actually paid for, and the music which I use. So I'll have to try to get a different music for it. The music which is for my show, which was created specifically for my show, is this. This is the music, and I'll let you play for it. There you go. That's music for my show. That's my music. That's when I started the Silver Show in 2015. So that's the music for 2015. That's when I started. I think I may have to use it because that was the guy made it for me specifically. My show. But the one that I use for the opening with the walking and stuff like that, there's a crap music. So it's a trap music. So that's it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen. thank you so much for joining. 2314, that's a good one. I hope the discussion was educational, and that's what I want to do, for it to be educational as much as possible. I hope you had a this is the talking sip. Hope you had a good drink. I had a little um, water and a glass of wine, and that's all good. And remember, to challenge your leaders, challenge them, whether in Jamaica or whether it is whichever place, you challenge your leaders. And actually, I am in the process of actually speaking to someone from Bahamas who is very interested in reaching to the Bahamian as well, you know. And then somebody said something to me. This is what they said to me, is that in the UK, within the diaspora, people need to see persons of excellence in uh, Caribbean countries, you know, prime ministers, leaders, because in the UK, a lot of young people sometimes don't see that. So I'm supposed to be having some discussion on that. Anyway, peace out. God bless you. What good. All the best. Remember to like and subscribe to the show. And next week, we're back again on Thursday night in review, Saturday night talk and sip, and on the 11th with Miss Jeanette Calder. And remember, as I said, there's 7 principles of in public life: selflessness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty, and leadership. And by virtue of such, challenge your prospective candidates, those who are going to be running for office, and say to them that they need to sign up, or they need to show some sort of solidarity with all of these different principles, and they need to move up, you know, move up, as they would say. So all being well. So God bless you, and peace out, and be present. Yes, and be present as well. Definitely. Let me just finish this out properly. Yep. That's it.